In my last video, I showed you the possibilities of using a pencil and a rubber band for a straight wrist. Well, in today's video, I'm going to use a pencil and a rubber band to help me get a straight bow. And if you're a beginner, you want to make sure that you stick to the end because I'm about to offer you a lot of value in having a straight bow technique. Stick around to the end of the video. Hi there, my name is Eric. I'm a violinist. Thanks so much for coming across my channel. I do violin how-to tutorials, blogs, product reviews, and if you haven't done so already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notifications when new videos come out. It helps me out as a content creator to provide more videos for you. In our last exercise, we used a pencil and an elastic band, rubber band, to help us get a nice straight wrist. And if you haven't watched that video yet, please make sure to hit the card right up here to access that video. Another common issue amongst beginners is trying to have a straight bow. Well, let's talk about the reasons why you should begin playing the violin with a straight bow. Number one, having a straight bow will allow you to access a nice tone. And especially in the Suzuki method where tonalization and tone production is a major factor in the Suzuki method. So this is one way to kind of help you along the process. Number two, having a straight bow is important because it helps you become really organized in the right hand and in the right elbow. A lot of times, beginners like to do what I call runner's arm, which means that the elbow goes behind the back. So we definitely don't want to encourage that just because the moment you go down and your elbow goes behind your body, the bow automatically goes over the fingerboard. So we don't want that part. And lastly, having a straight bow and using this exercise will help you keep your bow perpendicular to the string, which means that your bow is not going to be approaching the string from an angle, because if you approach the bow from an angle, especially for a beginner, this is not talking about advanced violins, because violinists like the A-lister violinists, they do whatever they want with their bow and they know how to control it. But for the purpose of this video, as a beginner, I really urge you to keep the bow perpendicular to the string. Again, it helps with the tone production. It also helps with making sure that you stay organized, because I think one of the common problems with beginners is trying to let the beginner make the right hand more automatic. And once you make that right arm automatic, then you can finally focus on the left hand. If you want some more videos on technique or even my violin basic series, I'll leave a card right up here for you to explore those videos. On to the exercise. So again, you want a pencil and a rubber band. What you're gonna do, you're gonna have your violin with you, and you're gonna have the rubber band go through the over the pencil. Sorry, it's been a long day of teaching. And you're gonna use, I'm gonna get it from this side, you're gonna use the elastic band underneath your violin strings per se. You're gonna have that rubber band go all the way around. You're gonna reach for that pencil right over here. So this is what it looks like. And this is what it looks like from this angle. So this is, again, another DIY thing that you can do at home. And you don't have to buy anything fancy. You don't have to put any, finger tapes on the violin. Some violin shops, or if you're renting a violin, are very sensitive to that. So this is kind of one way to avoid that problem. Last but not least, you want to make sure that the rubber band is secure, because I did have an instance today where I did do this to a student, and we had the rubber band really vibrate and resonate alongside the violin. Although she was really successful in getting what she wanted to get done. But this is just another way to make sure that the rubber bands are secure around this pencil. So to give you an idea what this looks like from this side, and to give you an idea what it looked from this side. Well, let's apply this into practice now. So the bow is, again, the pencil is kind of like our guide, our guard, to not let the bow go over what we call the danger zone, or what we call, the fingerboard, the black ebony wood that's right over here. So the moment the student has a runner's arm, they hit the bow to the pencil, which is, of course, very simply, you can't do that with this exercise. So what I like to do is I like to do a little game with my students that for every time the bow touches the pencil, the teacher gets a point. And that to me has been very successful with my youngsters with 6 years old and up. So I really recommend trying this experiment. So the moment, again, I'm gonna do the runner's arm again. I'm gonna go all the way back. We don't want this. We wanna make sure to encourage a little bit of, we wanna encourage that tone production all the way to the bridge. And this is very important in the development of a beginner violinist, because establishing tone from the very beginning will help solve a lot of issues, especially like in the twinkle phase. If you do this in the twinkle phase from the very, very beginning, you're not going to run through many problems later on in Suzuki Book 1 or in any other method that you so choose to teach. Things to focus on during this exercise is having a good sound, getting a good tone, and possibly your placement of the wrist on the violin bow. And why do I talk about this? The reason being is that to avoid touching the pencil, oftentimes student will let the bow go face the face, and we want to encourage a student to keep the bow with flat hair as possible. So I always mention to my beginners that the bow, the wood of the bow is always sticking up to the sky or to the ceiling. You know, if you're playing outside or if you're in a studio, that is one way to kind of go about this. So this is one, you know, of course you're trying to avoid hitting the pencil, so they're gonna go this way. You're gonna be encouraged to go this way. But again, the moment I go this way, all of a sudden my bow grip changes. So we don't want this. So it's okay to have the bow hair as flat hair as possible, so that way we get a nice tone from our violin. Thanks again for coming across this video and this channel. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, it would mean the world to me if you subscribed. If I had provided any value, please make sure to hit the like button and also hit the bell notifications for when new videos come out. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video.